did they get big?
I tell you what, and it all sounded so good in my HyperX Cloud Alpha headphones.
Dude.
Am I right, guys?
Hell yeah.
Am I right?
HyperX.
Yeah, I could even make sure I could see everything with my light up mouse pad.
I gave these headphones
Also over here
the stress test this weekend. I did a couple long gaming sessions, and I'll tell you what, my ears did not hurt. Yeah, shot some heads, bought some Dazzle Eggs. It was a pretty wild Saturday. But they passed the time test. A good 10 hours rocking these guys. No ear pain, no head pain. You can adjust them to fit any size noggin. And it's like you got some pillows surrounding your ears. The comfort level, 10 out of 10. I would highly recommend. Zero complaints about this headset. I wholeheartedly agree. And it's always nice when you get a product to sponsor you and everything, and you're like, damn, these are actually awesome. Well, I don't have to lie. I like the mic that you can unplug and replug. Dude. It's right here. I used to think turning it up was okay, but when I look at it, it looks really weird compared to just wearing a normal headset. I want the mic that comes in and out. Sorry, Mod Mic, but I want a de facto Mod Mic. I want it to just fit right in there. You don't need it pulled off. You don't have to look like a nerd sitting on an airplane listening to headphones with a mic on it. These are great travel headphones for that. No doubt. They're pretty good noise protectors too. And they got these weird little slot things where you can, how like some people like the air that goes in and out, but some people don't. You know what I mean? Oh, that's what that switch is for. Yeah. I thought you plugged something in there. It's got a little air hole. That's why my ears aren't sweating. Exactly. Trent, gosh darn it, look at that. Well, let me say I know how to move product. But NIP, they're going to take themselves a Shadow Demon and then instantly a Dark Willow and a Dragonite. It's like immersion's still here. Yeah, seriously. A much different take for Spirit and kind of snap picks as well. It's sort of like they knew what they wanted coming into this. Is Chen up again? No. Chen completely ignored Bud. Little surprising, but I guess he did lose a game, shockingly enough. But there's the Oracle Band as they protected the Death Prophet this time with the Shadow Demon first, then banned the AA. I like that. Nice combo. Could have been kind of cool to have the DK plus the AA lane potential as well, right? Actual stun to set up for the Cold Feet. What is your 5 versus Shadow Demon and Death Prophet? I mean, Jakiro, I think, is what Seneko would pick. Double Dragon strat. Good to kill people post disruption save. Are you into the Jakiro now? Have you seen the light, Bud? I thought it was interesting in those scenarios, but I'm not fully convinced. Okay. I mean, you can do something greedier though if you want to run this DK safe lane. Something that, like, if you don't need a Witch Doctor to help out some carry, you can do something a little bit better, like a Jakiro or something. But yeah, they are 10th pick here, so they want to keep that flexibility open. So they want their offlaner in their position 5 in the next 2 picks more than likely. I guess they could also save their offlaner though, because the DK could be a 3. So more options here. But Death Prophet, when I think of punishing Death Prophet, I like positioning, like trying to, because she has to play in the front line a lot of the time, and she wants to be like almost the start of team fights in a way, like when they're sieging a structure. So I always think of like swapping, or like Arena is a pretty good option, but obviously that's banned. Lasso's pretty good, and they did just ban the Oracle. They could think about a Bat Rider +1. There it is. They actually went for it. Look at that. Jackie, the Double Dragons. So some pushing power now. Have they actually picked you? Man, that was a hell of a snipe. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty great, guys. They haven't even picked Jakiro. I like Spirit Vessel versus DP. I think that's your first step to handling her. They grab Bat Rider, one of the other ignored heroes, and a snap pick Queen of Pain. I would imagine likely for Urgon once again. But full flexibility, right? DK offlane, Queen of Pain offlane, DK mid, Queen of Pain mid, DK safe lane. Theoretical Queen of Pain safe lane, but we saw it today, but that's a little bit rare. Lots of options coming that 10th pick for them. And pretty well-balanced roster already for Team Spirit, right? Like, good rotations early between the Dark Will and the Queen of Pain, heavy tower pressure from the DK and the Jakiro. The only thing they're really missing is like Roshing, but that's not too bad. Their sustained damage in team fights is a little weak until like late game with like a lot of DK items, but they don't have like that agi right clicker that you might want.
Maybe like a Slark or something if it fits after these heroes.
I'm kind of feeling like this is a 3DK 2 quap, and they're looking for that Duratio hero last. Somebody that ideally can handle this Bat Rider. You mentioned the Slark, but like the Jug, the Life Stealer,
the PL, those kind of heroes.
PL, yeah.
This should be the hero they don't want banned for NIP. So the puck is still in, but obviously that didn't go that well for Supreme. If they want the Meepo, this would be the time to take it. But I mean, Meepo's classic counter to the Queen, but Jakiro's got some options. Other than that, though, it's a pretty good-looking Meepo game.
It's a much better-looking Meepo game than last time.
Yeah, and they still have one ban to cover.
Yeah,
so they could
still have to deal with not having last pick, but that's kind of just the way she goes.
What else would I want here? There's no support that's really necessary. That pick can wait. Whoever they want for air, more than likely, unless they really want. Oh no, Rubik's first phase. Never mind. Rubik would have been a sick pick here, but we're back to him being banned in the first phase again. Unlike this morning, I can't believe we had an entire series with the Yap Sword that Rubik was ignored.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Rubik, Yap Sword, and Taiga. To be fair, like Taiga's been playing a pretty good Rubik lately too, and so is Insania. Insania loves Rubik. Alas, we don't get to see him today. Well, I mean, you're supposed to take all your time here because, again, it's like you're basically deciding the rest of your draft right now because you have to fill out all your picks and your ban. They could use some better burst damage during the lasso if possible, but that's not a huge necessity just because Bat Rider doesn't really rely on it that much. And they're going to use a Stampede, so that's pretty cool. So potential support Bat Rider and abusing the Stampede pull, since the Force Staff is kind of hard to grab these days after bots and Blink.
This feels pretty well-rounded for NIP.
This might be their Tricore, too. Could be like a mid Bat Rider. Could be like match the Bat Rider versus the DK, the Death Prophet versus the Queen of Pain, and then the Centaur +1. They could go back for like a different support hero here, too, potentially. One of those like aggro players. Obviously, the Dark Will's already taken. The Rubik's been banned. We always talk about the Shadow Shaman being a dead hero, but he used to be one of those pairings we saw. The Skywrath Mage is still in. That could be all right.
I don't know if I love this as a Tricore, though. I don't know if
it would be very all-in.
Late game focused enough.
Yeah. If I had to guess, this is probably going to be support Bat. And they'll go back for a position 1 here. This would be a very like J-Storm draft or something if they did this. This is your Tricore. Bat, Centaur, Death Prophet. Monkey King is still in. Morphling.
All right, that would have been a good ban. That would somebody
Morphling versus the Willow
and the Brood. Invoker.
Okay. Well, still a very odd draft, though. Not expecting an Invoker last.
No, not at all.
The Alacrity doesn't even look that good. A weird draft. It almost looks like it's an Exort Invoker.
I didn't want to say that out loud.
I know, because
it's got to be like the hybrid Invoker that we've heard people talk about. The 4 Zoomers.
The Sunstrike looks pretty value here, but I don't think so. I mean, you can't really get away with it in the lane.
I don't
know.
I don't know, man. If this is just a quote standard Quaswex Invoker, I worry a little bit about their ability to close out this game in what looks like a pretty tight window. If I were Spirit, I'd definitely be thinking about someone that can scale a little bit and also just hold out.
Not a whole lot of time here. And they go for the Legion. So we have no carries this game. We have carry DK. He'll be the big one, and we'll grab ourselves a nice purge there at the end with the strong Dispel to help out versus this Bat Rider and Invoker, and Death Prophet for that matter.
Yeah, that's a good point. The LC Bat Rider, that's a counter. That's one of few like hard breaks on the lasso. I hate to say this, but I don't really like either draft.
Sometimes things get a little bit wonky near the end there. It'd be nice to know who's playing what on NIP. Perhaps that will help you. Oh, Zyori, are you gone? Oh, no, you're there. You're just completely stunned.
I'm trying to like decide. I think I like the Spirit lineup better because they have a little more catch. Right? You've got this DK, whether he goes Blink or Shadow Blade, whatever for Duratio. He can start things off. Jakiro Ice Path is good. Quap can blink and catch people with a slow. Obviously, LC can initiate. I have confidence in the DK and LC in terms of scaling with the Queen of Pain. So I think if this goes like 45, 50 minutes, Spirit should be in pretty good shape. I'm having trouble visualizing the moment where NIP peak. You know, like what's their cadence here? When do they want to take over and like threaten high ground? So it's a Charlie Death Prophet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Their team fight's very strange because like they're all ultis, right? Like until the Invoker has a lot of levels, it is a pretty weird looking lineup. They just don't have a lot of consistent damage. It is a strange looking lineup. But you can see how it would work, right? I mean, one disruption into a stomp and someone could just die. Like, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Yeah. If they didn't have DP, I would be really worried for them. But the fact that Charlie can play a pretty high tempo, maybe help him take some structures. Roshan, of course, a big part.
Oh, looks like our friend Yamich has some connection issues or something. Gotta reconnect, check his packets and whatnot. I mean, Supreme should be going mid versus one would assume the Queen of Pain. I look forward to seeing how they make this work. Every exorcism even more important than your standard Death Prophet game. That's for sure. I think they want to set a pretty fast tempo here. Try and punish the greedier support duo of Jakiro and Dark Willow. I guess Batrider's kind of greedy, but Shoudim definitely isn't. Shoudim is just like ready to go the whole time.
All right, what are the chances this is an Exort Invoker for real? All right, we got to pause here. This is your chance to call it and look like a genius.
I think 0%.
All right, so you're pretty convinced Quaswex.
Well, I don't see how you could, at least as far as I know, I haven't seen Exort in so long, but from what I've been told from those Invokers players, that you just can't do it, especially versus like Queen of Pain, like with the dagger. Like, how are you gonna manage that? Yeah. With like just relying on regen and not having like threatening of cold snap and whatnot, right? Like you need those spells. I don't think you can get away with just like Quas Exort and rely on simply the Quas to help you out. It seems like you kind of need that tornado to keep threatening. And
okay,
I don't know though. I'm not an Invoker player, but that's what they tell me.
No, I've heard the exact same thing. That I asked Dendy about it, and he said that Exort is just too hard. You get bullied in lane, you can't bully people, and being a broke Invoker in the jungle with a fire spirit doesn't really feel good.
I know, that's what it is. It's the Force Spirits, man. They just don't feel great.
Yeah.
Their damage and their health and the duration, like the duration scales a lot. It's one of those things you don't really think about, but it's like 20, 30, 40, 50 based on your quas. I don't know.
You see it sometimes.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Plus, you used to, get 2 all the time, right? Back in the day. Now you need a talent for it.
I do like Shadow Demon Centaur.
Oh my god, he's got the Exort, guys.
As you did mention, that's a great lane combo. Did he really? First point Exort?
First point Exort. We're in there. I'm ready to watch it. I'm very ready to watch it.
I'm watching this mid matchup, dude. All right, You can look at the side lanes. So sorry, bud. You've been relegated.
I mean, let's talk about, like, in terms of the mid game, we like the Exort 100%, right? We want Sunstrike. Sunstrike's great.
I think it synergizes well with what they have. You got lasso setups. You got the Shadow Demon into Centaur stun. And I also just think they need the damage.
Well, wow, man, what was the team that used to do this? God, I can't remember. Was it Power Rangers? I don't know. Some team used to pick the same trio of Centaur Warrunner, Shadow Demon, and Invoker. It was some CIS team, and they ran it all the time. And it just like the Centaur would get Blink, and that would just be it. He would just blink, stomp, double edge, Sunstrike, and everyone's just dying like over and over again.
It might have been more than one team that was doing that back in the heyday of Invokers.
That's true. But I just remember there was one team that was like constantly doing it.
Just a wee fairy going about her business.
A little battle in the jungle here. Don't mind me. Just a little wee fairy. Is Seneko okay? I think the sticky might help keep him alive. Saberlight here, but now they stun Saberlight. The Centaur hasn't skilled anything up yet. He's not very scary, and that's a first blood. Yamich will grab it. Now they might even get a second. A disaster for NIP to get this started. But Jakiro does connect with another dual breath, and that is a dead Seneko. 2-0 for Spirit out of the gate.
Imagine being a Dark Willow with a double kill at the start of the game. She already has boots, and now she's going to have 2 clarities, a stick, and tangos, and she still has enough gold for a salve after. Oh my god.
He still went 2 for 2 on the bounties. Yeah, obvious advantage for this Radiant squad.
Show them. Prove them wrong, Supreme. Show us this Exort Invoker power. Punch that Urgon Queen of Pain.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
You are denied.
Oh, don't mind me. Just a wee fairy going about her business.
Evangelizing for my cause. Nay.
Get ready to have some fun, Jakiro.
Folks trying to adjust the old Zyori cam. My connections even find it. I actually think it might be that it's a European-based server. And that's why you're good, but I'm not, because you're a little closer to Europe than I am. A lot closer, as it turns out.
All right,
Looked
test,
at the map
test.
the other
Hello,
day.
welcome back. I mean, they obviously couldn't hear us during that, right? So only Dota TV could.
So down bottom, they are committed to this tri-lane, and Saberlight might fall victim. He does. Team Spirit get another kill. Misha this time getting credit. So meanwhile in the top lane, Malik in kind of an odd position. Does not have mana for a TP, though he does have the stick and a mango. He should be fine here. Stacks out Seneco's like, man, that was a lot of work.
I'm watching Urgon just roll like 1 damage off on some of these last hits, so I can just feel the frustration. He just like missed a range creep by the tiniest roll. That would be really frustrating, I have to say. Especially in a matchup where you feel like this shouldn't be working. I mean, she is winning it, but it's, you know, it's not a disaster.
No, certainly not.
Although I'd like to see her pressure a little bit here.
I mean, conventional logic, everything that we've been told by folks way more experienced with Invoker than ourselves, is that at this stage, the Invoker should be suffering. With Queen of Pain, you should be able to abuse him a bit more if he's Exort. And now bottom, again, they'll go in onto Saberlight, only level 3. DK does not have a Dragon Tail, but they got plenty of damage. Now the Sunstrike comes in, it connects.
Boom. Even a little bit late and still got it.
Yamish down. First Sunstrike kill is up. That is the other thing, too. I think this Exort build is risky in the sense if you don't find the Exort or the Sunstrike kills, I don't know if this is worth.
Yeah, but it's also the only way this lineup works.
Yeah, that's
Like, I don't know if you want to be Quaswex roaming around and just like adding more control and team fight. They just straight up need damage because they don't really have a hard one.
Haste.
What? Oh, he was going to go deny her bounty rune. That's pretty funny. Well, he's definitely been spamming the Exort Invoker to like be that ahead on a play like that. You know what I mean? Like he's definitely been playing it a lot.
Yeah, sure. I don't think we necessarily question his skills on Invoker as much as the meta aspect of viability. Certainly don't think it's a player issue.
No, seems great now though. I mean, well, how much damage are we at? Oh, I love Exort Invoker. It's so fun to watch. So we got how much does it jack up by? Like 60, right, per level? Yeah, 60-ish per level of the Sunstrike. So currently it's at 225. That's pretty sizable. How many points are we gonna double it? It's just one. And don't have Soul Catcher yet. So we're not quite there with their little combo as they jump on Saberlight again.
This safe lane try has been working out so well. This time he's going to try to TP, but he won't be able to make it in time. That is the double whammy. You still die, and your TP's on cooldown, so you got to walk back to lane. Dare I say, they are crippling this Centaur right now. Meanwhile, up top, Malik not having an amazing lane, but hasn't died yet. Still found 17 last hits. Mid lane, Era, nice one hit away. Nice deny from Supreme. Very good. Now looking for some pressure onto Urgon.
So Era left bottom, and that resulted in the kill of Saberlight, but it was also to deny out that illusion rune. So again, helping this Invoker stay relevant in the mid lane. And it takes a little bit of a team effort, but definitely worth it, because now Urgon's at half HP and mana and doesn't have a rune to use right now. So keeping Supreme happy. I have actually not even clicked top this whole game. So 36 and 15 to the 17 and 3. Looks like a bit of a rough time here for our Legion commander. She's almost getting like doubled up on.
Well, if you're comparing her to the Centaur, she's still doing fine.
Fair enough.
It was a 2v1 lane for most of it, at least. I mean, are there many other heroes that could have even done this well, given the matchup?
No,
you have to be able to
not.
handle the bat,
No.
and then also CS against the DP. So it's tough. I'll give you that one. The net worth breakdown is weird for both teams. So your 1 and your 2 are doing great. Everyone else is getting pretty crippled.
No, look at Malik now, though. He had no win. If he stops to purge himself, then he's just going to die to the Bat Rider anyway. That's a good rotation, though. Urgon says, yes, please. Thank you.
And meanwhile, on the bottom, Spirit are grouped up as 3, using this DK ult alongside the Siege Creep. Always feels good when you've got that 3rd point in Dragon Blood and you just want to tank the tower as the DK. More than enough HP to do this. Stuns him up, trying to stop the deny. The tower will fall to the Radiant, but a TP coming in from the Invoker. DK might get put down. The Meteor flies from the heavens, and Duratio down low, stick, not enough. He gets finished off. Supreme's right clicks. They hurt.
Now he's got a Wex, too, for the Alacrity. Pretty nice. Like, gets himself an early Meteor, too. I like this.
Exort Invoker. Maybe not completely dead yet.
Invis Urgon, though, here. No Sonic Wave, but still quite a bit of damage to the 4 points in the Scream. Looking for Saberlight. Oh, man, he's so low.
I guess Urgon's okay, just to leech a little XP here. Or Soak.
Can they get this kill?
I think so. They need Dust. Okay, not without detection.
I mean, it's only a level 3 Dark Willow. Like, I don't... The brave play. And look how close Saberlight was and how low he is. He was just like a tiny bit away there farming the neutrals.
His life flashed before his eyes.
Yeah.
It's been a tough series for Saberlight. Game 1, he got sacrificed a little bit, and here in Game 2, it's not looking much better. He's a pretty gimpy Centaur. He had to go for that Ring of Tarrasque early. Still no boots at 9 minutes. Feels rough. Centaur does not like support status, I'll tell you what.
Well, the support Bat Rider is going okay. Like, Sonego has decent enough levels that if they can hold an outpost, then he's going to be pretty close to level 6 soon enough. And they will take back their own jungle one now, but a lot of Radiant heroes up here with 30 seconds to go. They could think about contesting, and they are pinging it. Do they have the Sonic Wave? Yes, they do. 4 seconds. This is good timing now for Team Spirit. How much of a defense will they mount from NIP?
Oh, Ergon just face checks the high ground. DP still does not have silence.
Will she ult to save this?
Could have been dicey.
There's actually nothing you can do here unless they get a disruption. There you go.
Snake goes out of Firefly. Walks into a bramble. Great show. Be okay.
I think you should be able to right-click an outpost as well and stop a channel. You know what I mean?
So you counteract it. So if you're both channeling, you just stand there.
Like if you don't have a
each other?
stun, it's kind of lame when you're a stunless hero when someone just does that to you.
Mm-hmm. Although that might be too good. Maybe you need two people to equal one person taking it, so you can slow him down taking it. If you can just straight up block him out, you're just standing there countering each other. That's kind of cheesy too.
Well, obviously you're holding the territory though. If that's working, I mean,
yeah. I wouldn't mind something like that though. You can at least click it to try and slow him down to buy time for your stun to get there. Something. Or you could just draft stuns. I don't know if
that's pretty good solution too. I'm into that. Misha, level 6.5 on this Jakiro, and look at that damage over time when you leave the macro fire. Oh, but
although now Bat's coming back.
He's doing
like,
the math.
Wait a second. It's only 2 seconds of sticky time. Now Supreme's here. Stampede used. That's 5 stacks. But Ergon also rotates. The Invoker will finish off Misha. Easy kill there. And they actually let the Bat Rider get away.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Did cost them top though. Oh, how's our little Exort Invoker strat going then? Are we digging this?
Radiant's bottom tower
Thoughts?
is under attack.
Oh, another one? Wait, what?
Exorcism from Charlie. They're going to go in on the Malik. And that'll be a quick pick. All right, big commitment, but maybe they'll transition this into a tier 1 tower push for Charlie.
No Stampede, though. And they still don't have a Blink Dagger, so it's hard to make use of the Sunstrike right now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Double null drums for Supreme. Turning him into the hard carry this game.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
They sure are. This is the upside of Exort Invoker. You do right-click pretty hard, especially with Alacrity on in these fights.
I mean, he basically has the DD when he has Alacrity on.
Yeah.
He goes to like plus 124 or something at the moment.
Worthy tribute.
But Ergon wants to go straight Orchid. And it'll be hunting season. It's a really good Orchid game. You know, no natural Manta carriers. And not many natural Yule's carriers either. Obviously, there's DP.
No.
But outside of that, Invoker going to go Aghanims next.
What's the Cataclysm? Another thing we don't get to see very often.
I guess one of the aspects that has made Exort Invoker a little bit less appealing is that Midas is in probably the worst state it has been in a long time.
Yes.
It's just so expensive. It slows you down so much. And that was, there were people saying even when Midas was bad, it was still core on Invoker because it's just, the experience goes so far on this hero. The fact that you can't really get away with a Midas build, it just makes the item timings for Exort a little funky.
Oh, Sineko gonna die here if they just decide that's what they want. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. He might be okay.
Firefly, Ergon, he's pretty fast though. That's a haste rune. Now the TP out, Duratio, that's a Dragon Tail. And we got a dead Sineko. Over.
And they're going to keep the pressure on the bottom lane, though, even though they're going to lose their Bat Rider, as that tower's getting a little bit low. Who's Mango Tree? I assume that's the Radiance Mango Tree. Giving a lot of vision back here.
Spirit are slowly adding more to their lead, though. Not in terms of experience, but in terms of gold. They have been farming the map pretty effectively. Sunstrike down bottom, off the mark, actually. Malik lives. Great terrorize. Now maybe the turn. Saberlight stuck deep in the tree line. Double stun. He'll go down. And the rest of NIP, they make the escape. Although Shadow Demon, he's going to bump into Ergon. Double damage. Hey there, Ergs.
My guy didn't even get yeah, there's no spells anyway, so.
Ergion era. And yeah, that double damage Quap is going to come out the victor. Maybe looking for more. It's only a level 6 Sineko.
is under
But
attack.
Urgon's like, I don't know if I really want to dive the tier
he's coming
3.
back out,
Oh,
though.
Sineko's coming. Urgon, he's going to go for it, dude. I can feel it. He's got the ult. Come on, Urgs. Come on, Urgs.
Oh, yeah, he's going to get brambled or something, isn't he?
He's waiting for
Dude,
the
Sineko,
teammates.
you just came back.
They're lining it up. Urgon blinks in. He's trying to bait now, just focused on creeps.
Oh, dude.
The Bat Rider comes back.
Baited.
They kill the trees. Oh, poor Sineko. Dude, you saw him that turn. He thought about it for a moment and then immediately went, oh, mistakes were made.
Yeah, they're all here.
Oh, God.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they're chasing down, but not going to go for the duel onto Charlie. Going to let him slink on out of there on the DP.
There is still a tier 1 standing, so that was a pretty significant dive, but I thought Malik might actually go for it.
Well, they're losing that tier 1 tower with no pressure. It's just a catapult.
Yeah, they're pulling the creeps off. Malik doing a good job. There's also a Blink Dagger on the DK, so he's got a lot of reach now in terms of initiation.
Press the attack in that catapult, man. That thing is gone. Fight's growing to the
Spirit
east.
now forced into a fight. It's a decent lasso from Sineko. Follow up, Sunstrike. It's on the money, but Misha survives. Urgon's here with a good ult. They killed Charlie, and now NIP going to get ripped apart. Saberlight caught by the ice path, and on the other side, Sineko's in trouble. The dual victory goes to Malik, and a big fight for Spirit. Now a 6K advantage, 4 down. Everyone but the Invoker, who was only able to contribute that Sunstrike.
And yeah, part of the problem, I guess. I mean, I guess he can contribute right clicks after he's the BKB, but before that, it's very difficult with the hero.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's like the
So he's
window's
gonna skip the
small.
axe then.
Structures are fortified.
Yeah, he's going to go straight BKB. He bought that Ogre Axe,
Yeah.
kind of thinking it would be towards Ags, but now making the rotation.
It kind of shows why outside the laning stage, like, even though this looks like the perfect Sunstrike game, like, they just missed too many of them, right? They missed like 2 or 3 of the Sunstrike kills, and suddenly it just doesn't look as good anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that one hit. It just didn't find the kill.
Yeah, it was a Jakiro, who's one of the tankier supports in the game, right?
Horatio jumps in. Yamich nearby. More pressure onto Saberlight. Sunstrike connects, but the damage gets split. Still this battle over vision control.
Is he living? Damn. Good stuff there from Malik. What a stand-in. Helping out, you know? I mean, I guess standing and standing together. they're brothers
Dire's
in this
middle
one.
tower is under attack.
I kind of feel like the Exort should be doing more damage. I'm a little surprised. It's only 17 minutes.
Well, it was split. I mean, and then
Yeah.
she also healed after, too, so.
Yes, that's true. Top, set up onto Urgon.
Nice.
Invoker.
You die as you
That was a lot of damage. There you go. How's that?
That was.
Is that more like what
Yeah.
you're looking for?
They need him there for the Chaos Meteor. Maybe that's the big issue in these fights. Like, we're kind of talking about it like it's just Sunstrike, but the Meteor is... A couple of the key kills they found were because of the Chaos Meteor. And they are certainly light on damage. That is the overarching issue with this NIP draft. Even before the game started, that was my beef with it. It's like, how do they kill stuff? All right, you got Lasso.
They
Now
needed
what?
the early blink, I think, on the Centaur, unfortunately. And he just had a really rough laning stage. Because that's how the strat works, right? It's like blink, stomp, Sunstrike. That's what we were looking for. They never quite found it. Now,
You could call
this
that
is...
a good read by Spirit to put 3 heroes bottom lane and kind of cripple the Centaur.
Yeah, this is tempting, though. An Arcane Rune on a Death Prophet, like, you really want to get some objective here. But they are rotating all their forces up to the top lane. They have a smoke here on Misha if they want. And he's going to trade it out at the side shop and say, yo, Argon, you coming? Argon says, nah, I want to bait. You guys smoke around. Well, here it comes.
Urgon with the Orchid.
Radiant are scanning.
All right, this is
Disruption.
the bait they wanted.
Stampede. Silence. Urgon. Sunstrike will connect, but he's still alive, and they just destroy Charlie instead. Era also pops.
I'm sorry. Did you say?
I feel like
This DP
Supreme
doesn't
is-
even feel like a core.
Yeah, Supreme's like the immortal player playing with his ancient friends, and he's doing everything he can, but they're all just feeding.
Radiant's bottom tower.
It's like, no, guys, just wait for me. Hold on. Oh, yeah, it's one of those games. Like, it doesn't really matter, even though it's a bit of a different pick and a different build and everything. I don't think it's the Invoker that's the main issue this
Problem.
game. It's just,
Yeah.
you know, he can't get off the ground.
They've got nothing to fight around. They're having trouble finding lasso initiations. It feels like the Bat hasn't been able to find those picks. He doesn't have Boots of Travel or a Blink Dagger. Sineko's forced into Tranquil Boots Blade Mail. That is a poverty Bat Rider build if I've ever seen one. Those are not the items you want in the ideal world.
I mean, it's okay for support bad, honestly. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Dire's top
Blade
But
Mill's
still,
pretty
like,
good.
under attack.
somebody
Dire's
somewhere
top
needs a
tower
blink.
has
Like,
fallen.
Centaur's getting close. That's what I mean. They just need something to fight around. So you don't have Bat Lasso because he's support. Centaur's core, but he got crippled. So now it's basically just Era's disruption to set up for Sunstrikes. And they tried up top, but it's just not enough damage. And now Charlie is not really that survivable. Like, he's got the Yules, but his farm is nothing impressive. So he just gets obliterated in fights. So then when you take Exorcism out of the equation, the NIP really are struggling to do damage.
Well, here it is, baby.
Yeah, that's
The
there's the
turnaround.
BKB.
This is it. The BKB, the Blink Dagger on Centaur. They need a smoke. They need the Radiant to go into the Roche pit, and they just got to win the fight. There's the scan. And Yamato's
Pause from
problem.
Yami.
Yeah. So right now, let's see. What was the dire vision? Do they see anyone? They don't see anyone, and they just scanned Roche, and there's people in it. So the full assumption of NIP is they are currently Roshing.
Okay.
Oops.
Worthy
All right.
tribute.
Now,
We're back.
are they going to see anyone mid? All right, now they see the DP or the DK and the Dark Lord.
Smoke gets broken. They go in mid onto Urgon. The last one to follow up, and they burst him down.
It's happening.
A great kill. Finally, they get Malik to follow up. This is what they needed.
A Blink.
Now, there's also a double damage on Invoker, so that helped a little. But
Guys, it's the turn. It's happening.
those are the kind of combos. So now Exorcism in the pit. Do you burn the buybacks on Spirit? You got both. You got all your ultis.
Nah, you can hold, dude. You got Jakiro.
Exorcism, though, it's a little hinky.
Well, they can still terrorize, too. Surprised they're not.
Seneko doing a good job bullying them, given that he doesn't have lasso and they know it.
Roshan has
And Roche
fallen into
falls.
the dire.
All right, I guess not. Man, with Queen of Eight ulti, yeah, I thought they were gonna terrorize and see what happened, and then maybe still buy back, but they determined they even had the O post.
Up top, yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's surprising. I guess they just don't care, apparently.
They play it very safe. I mean, Invoker hasn't really been in these fights anyway, so him with an Aegis,
Yeah, but
how much
he will
does
be
it
now.
change?
He is BKB, and they have the blink. Like they're actually ready now.
Well, I guess we'll see.
How Seneko wants these ancients. Whenever you see the Prowlers as Bat Rider.
There's a blink on that Legion Commander. Only plus 10 at 21 minutes. Nothing too amazing, but perhaps more about the lockdown than anything else. Smoke now from Spirit into Aegis, no less.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to smoke to like the place they think the whole team is. They're smoking for a pick, but they all went north where they already own the outpost. The tier 2's already dead, and their Queen of Pain's pushing the lane. So I'm not sure what they're aiming for. I guess they want the straggler, and they might find it in Seneko as he goes to push out this top lane.
I was going to say, sometimes you'll see these movements where a team takes Roche and they back up the farm, and it actually ends up being an all right time to smoke because they're just not grouped up. They won't get any plus damage for this, but they will get a kill on the bat.
Radiant's bottom tower
And,
is under
making it a
attack.
4v5, that's one way to
Radiant
break up the
structures
momentum
are fortified.
of fighting against the Aegis.
They have the Forge Spirits getting the TPs in here, though.
Will they make the retreat? NIP still lingering around. Only 2 have come back, and now the Willow ready to
Dire's
join the
top tower
party.
is under attack.
Oh, he got caught. Now
Save
he's
your
got
buddy
TP.
syndrome. Will they go back to save him? Has the BKB, but no way to get out. NIP, they reinitiate. They want to try to save the Invoker. Urgon holding the ultimate as he pump fakes. Jakiro still alive as Saberlight dives into the tower. Duraccio does have the stun. Gonna save it for now. The Invoker is still alive. They kill Saberlight. Now Malik down low thanks to the Exorcism. Tornado flies across. NIP doing okay for now. Their goal was to save the Invoker, and they've achieved that, but they need to not take too many more losses. Seneko Yule's up. Sunstrike connects onto Urgon, but it's not enough for the kill. They get a duel this time. It's on Seneko. A great fight for Spirit. They hold the tower. They don't get the Invoker, but they get several other kills that might be worth even more as they burn some of the clock on that Aegis.
That was all because of Misha going to the tree line and stopping the Invoker TP. They were looking to completely bail out of that one, and he caught him with the Yules because he didn't BKB. And then that forces everyone to come back. That forces Supreme to BKB after as well, because once the Centaur commits into the stomp, there's a real chance they can win that fight. And it got really close, but things just weren't quite synced up enough. And we already know that, like, for them to win team fights, it's not easy. Like, the last fight they won was a 2-man stomp blind into the mid lane of, like, okay, these guys are dead, you know?
Yeah.
So you need a lot of things to go right for you as NIP. A chaotic fight that starts not in your favor is not going to go very well.
I'll tell you what, though, that Bat Rider got pretty crippled from that. Obviously, already support status, but dies up top, fight breaks out while he's dead, runs all the way bottom, dies as soon as he gets there.
He was so close, though. He almost hit the lasso onto Malik.
A play worth going for, but in the end, it will slow down his potential blink timing a lot. He does have the Blade Mail now, but only 400 gold towards the blink at 25 minutes. Even for a support bat, I can't say that feels good.
Blind stomp from Saberlight. Is he feeling it? Oh, that's 2.
That's 2. Again, now is the follow-up going to be there? Misha trying to make it away. Derecho in the front line. Lasso, Yamich with a terrorize, but Derecho could still live. No, the damage is too much. Yamich also falls. That's a lot of fire on the ground. Hard to tell whose is what's, but the Bat Rider did a significant amount there. I kind of feel like they need a pipe on the side of Spirit.
I think both teams could actually use a pipe.
Yeah. I think Spirit need it more. Considering the Invokers, like, in the driver's seat.
I don't know, dude. Jakiro just did 2,174. He was
but that was different. You see, his fire was on top of Bat Rider's fire, so...
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's easy to get confused, but...
I got you. Well, they are working on the pipe for Saberlight, so they'll have one soon for NIP.
I like.
And for now, Malik's going to pick up the Blade Mail instead.
Haste.
Still a pretty sizable lead here for the side of Team Spirit.
They don't seem to be in a particular hurry either. That is the Aegis reclaimed. It's interesting to see Spirit fight so confidently into the Aegis. They went for that smoke pick off, and they TP'd into that tower defense. Hey, there's a dug-up bounty rune for Spirit. Will pick me up. But not intimidated by that Aegis on the Invoker at all.
I would be intimidated right now, though. I don't know. If I ran IP, rather, this looks kind of scary. Like,
Charlie
one good ice pad.
Oh, Saberlight again, blinks in up top, trying to focus this Jakiro, the meatball from the Invoker, but they catch a duel on the back line. Nice defensive disruption. Urgon with the BKB, drops the hammer, they kill Supreme. Charlie still sustaining, though. He's the damage, as now the Bat Rider goes down in exchange for the DK. Fear from the Willow. They need to deal with this Death Prophet, and they finally will. Urgon starting to pop off a little bit. Dual Scepter, not going to be enough. Charlie does get another kill just towards the end there onto Yamich.
Yamich got a
pretty even fight, but it does actually favor Spirit in terms of gold change. It's about a 600 swing. And that partially because of the Invoker kill. That was the shutdown. That was the end of his streak.
Yeah, man, it's 6-0 and 6. He's having a hell of a game, that's for sure. And the neutral items, the third round is here. Tier 3, a Sliver. Drops it straight up from Malik there. Now the Mindbreaker too.
Oh, the Mindbreaker.
Yeah, we already talked about how good the Orchid was going to be this game, but the Mindbreaker now as well. Have to go for the Yules
so
on the DP.
Quab actually hanging on to the Imp Claw.
Pretty quality item. Oh, nice. The Orb, too. That's probably for Invoker. I feel like that's better than the Vambrace. I feel like it hit really hard.
It's the same logic that's like that 6% spell lamp on Vambrace actually feels super useful now since they changed the stats.
Yeah, but he right-clicks for so much. I don't know. I'm surprised he's not taking the Orb. Someone should at least hold it for Roshing. Mako up top might be dead here.
Centaur's got it right now.
Oh, speaking of which, Malik might be in trouble, actually. They want to rotate through and help him, but I guess they're not going to.
Mako makes it back. I don't know. Do you think it's because of that difference in melee versus range on the Orb of Destruction? Which is just enough to make the Invoker disinterested?
I don't know. I just feel like I've seen some Invokers going for it lately when they kind of, like, start bouncing out like this in the late game. Oh. I mean, I can appreciate the spell lamp. You're right. Spell lamp is very valuable now.
Oh, Stand, Blake. Oh,
Yeah, he
Saber
jumped that
light.
one.
Yeah, but they might still find something. Duel setup. Meatball comes down. DK taking heavy damage, but Duel in the back line on the Invoker. They found the target that they need, but silence on the DP. They still get it. Draccio for Supreme. Now a messy fight. Could be bad for Spirit as Ergon caught by the lasso. Not enough damage. He just blinks out.
Yeah, he's gone, man. Man, that duel, so good. Still a pretty even exchange, the 2 for 2. No one really coming up massively on top there.
Yeah, that one very even. I guess, no, both sides burned a lot of cooldowns. That
More duel
really
damage.
was
We'll go with
coin
that.
flip. Okay. Up to 64 now, so it is starting to add up. This is the point where LC will start to transition from good lockdown to strikingly scary damage, and eventually he'll be able to find some solo kills. Centaur set up on, and here you go. Bedlam, pretty good combo, but Era, great positioning for that defensive disruption, keeps the Centaur alive. Power of the Shadow Demon versus LC, I tell you what. It was a dope save. That Centaur was dead for sure.
This will do nicely.
Yeah, slight problem putting the LC into the Shadow Demon, I suppose, but such is life.
Yep.
Man, this lead has just been stalled out around like 6 or 8K for the longest time this game for Team Spirit. Which is not necessarily a great sign. Like, sure, you're holding the lead and everything, but you're not moving it much forward.
Yeah, but don't you think they scale better if it keeps like this for another 10 minutes? I think I'd rather have Spirit's team than NIP's, right?
Yes, I think it eventually might flip with the BKBs wearing down. I don't know. Maybe the Ags DK is enough that it's still going to be fine for them.
I kind of believe. Yeah, he's going to go for AC first. Maybe they're thinking pick up an Aghanims from Roche, not rush it.
Yeah, very realistic chance this game for sure.
I guess the Exort Invoker does scale much better than what we're kind of used to with Quas Wex as we get towards the late game. He wants Lincolns.
I mean, at this point, he's basically the same anyway, right? Like, he pretty much have these items.
Fair, yeah. I guess I'm thinking with Exort, you usually go Midas, so you're accelerated a little more. So yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, the only downside is upside, I guess, he didn't have to like waste money on Urn and stuff.
True that. Now, both teams are going to smoke up, and they will miss each other. The wraparound from NIP might catch Ergon. He's in an interesting little spot.
Oh, he didn't get it.
They're going to find him, and that's a no. Easy kill, no! BKB, Ergon makes it back. Now the Stampede, the big-time follow-up. Bat Rider gets off a lasso, but the Quap drops the ult in return. They pick up a kill onto Malik. That'll be a buyback there, though. Draccio trying to TP out. Now he's going to get Yulesed. On the backside, Era will get brought down for some dual damage. Buyback from Era as the DK gets finished off. A very messy fight and ends up favoring NIP. Great catch from Saberlight to start that off. I thought they had Ergon for sure.
I know they needed that big chain stun, but not able to get it.
Now Misha going to be in some trouble. NIP starting to chase him down. Double damage on Ergon. Misha falls. Buyback there. A lot going into this from Spirit. Now without the exorcism, NIP will sound the retreat.
So what have they gotten here now as NIP? You have no exorcism for a minute and a half. You have cut into that lead, but does that impact your ability to Roche or defend the Roche? Or even
so Roche is up?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. That's scary. No exorcism, no lasso. Sunstrike scouts it out, sort of. Scouts out that they're not killing Roche.
Still that continuing pressure on Disable. I wonder, did they have the Mindbreaker too or no? I thought they might have.
I'm curious what
yeah,
Dota Plus thinks. 70% favor for Spirit. Well, that sounds about right.
Oh, okay,
Spirit
they have,
with an advantage, but
they got the repair kit on the Dire. That's actually pretty nice considering the situation they're in. But yeah, they didn't get any of the controlling element items, unfortunately. They really need that to try and like catch Ergon. And
I think Spirit just have to start these fights. Last couple engagement, they're the ones getting jumped on, and they've done a really good job reacting, minimizing their losses. But They need to make the catch. They
All
need to
their-
beat somebody with duel.
Yeah, but their initiation is all single target. It's the only problem.
Well, they're going to jump in onto the Centaur. There's the follow-up duel, but Yule's Scepter. Spear, another awkward fight. Now the lasso catches Yamish, but Misha's there with a great ice path. Ergon pops the BKB. Yamish still the first one to go down. Saberlight somehow still sustaining, as Era should finally fall to the right clicks of Ergon. DP has the exorcism now. The meatball comes down. Ergon stunned up, disarmed, finished off. This looks like NIP's fight. Malik trying to return what damage he can, but it's not going to be very effective. Now Duratio on the run. They're going to try to chase him down.
They have Blink
Dagger up
Invoker.
in 8. There's the cold snap.
the
but
ice
they
path!
need a little more damage.
Dude,
They
he
end
was
up-
dead. Like, Supreme had Blink, but Misha just saved his life.
And it might cost him his own. Yule, Sunstrike. Misha doing a good job here, but tough for the Jakiro.
Yeah, and I don't think that's
A
going to buy enough time.
rocky fight for Spirit.
Well, that's, I mean, as you said, right? Like, you want to initiate a Spirit because you feel like you're ahead in this game, but when you initiate, they jump onto one, but then you have the potential Yule saves, you have the Disruption saves, and they tried to do a double single target initiation, but there's enough just, like, blowback and Dispel and, you know, like, Invoker can just, like,
break it
Tornado
up.
you or something. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
things just get broken up as they hop in, and I think the fights where NIP are initiated are actually kind of good for Team
Radiant's
Spirit
middle
because they have
tower
this, like,
has
ice
fallen.
path just block out and then try and pick a support on the side.
They've done a pretty good job saving folks. Like NIP are getting good catches, but struggling to
Radiant's middle
combo them
tower is
down,
under attack.
as we saw with that Queen of Pain up outside of Roche. Of course, Roche 2 still
Radiant
standing.
structures
Aegis Cheese
are
available.
Radiant's
Now
middle
NIP
tower
looking at
is under
high
attack.
ground. Not really doing much damage here. Glyph expires. Still a while on the Exorcism, about 45.
It's a nice call to find this, though. Like, even though the Roche is up, they still go for this with the double catapult wave. That got them a lot of damage, even leaving a Alacrity. Yeah, they got to stun that thing up.
Alacrity catapults is certainly a thing.
That's funny because we have the press the attack ones they've been using as well, so
Yeah.
both teams jacking them up.
So DP closing in on the Shivas. And Voker getting pretty close to the Lincolns.
I feel like if NIP can just find that classic Invis Invoker initiation, it would actually be so nice this game.
Yeah.
Like Tornado into like a nice setup for a 2 or 3 man stomp from Saberlight, and then he starts dishing out everything, would just be so good.
This Quap is pretty huge, though. I mean, we're at the point where Ergon's like an item ahead, just about, of most of the other cores. So I feel like he's going to become the key focus for Spirit in these fights. Can he get off a good ult and throw out the right clicks?
It's hard to like be super scary as Queen of Pain, though. You know what I mean? Like she's just,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about her. I guess because her damage is like good with the scaling with the right clicks and everything, but so much of it is just that one big sonic wave, and then after you've already shot it out, people just kind of like start targeting you down.
Yeah, she'll pick up the Lincolns, and that should help a little bit. And, of course, being 25, the fear also breaks these fights
Oh,
up.
that's huge, actually. That's really nice. That
Also,
talent is
a
one of the
Minotaur
best.
Horn.
Someone just pinged that. Oh, no, they have a gem on Seneko. Or they have it on someone. I saw it earlier. DP's holding the gem. Okay.
Here we go. Smoke movement. NIP looking for the catch. Seneko with the blink.
Oh, no, Saberlight!
Saberlight. He goes in. He pump fakes it. Now he gets caught the other way. Lasso does grab the LC, but it's another good ice path. They'll kill Malik first, but it might come at some losses. Ratio still holding the dragon form. They're going to try to finish up the Centaur, and they'll get him. Meatball comes in. Doesn't do that much damage on the backside. Yamish trying to isolate these two supports. He'll look to TP out. That won't happen. And Spirit take another rough fight. Buyback from the Centaur. Ratio jumps in. These defensive disruptions have been huge. The DP with a Yule. She's buying so much time. Actually sustaining. This hero's insane. A full 5-man wipe. Death Prophet survives. That was insanity, dude. Disruption into Yules. Charlie gets the full reset. Look at that damage done. 5.6k
Yeah.
on the DP.
Yeah, let's go, Era, dude. Nicely done. What an item build, too. It's just like the perfect game for the DP with that Shivas. They're just like trying to chip into it, and they couldn't quite do it.
Yeah,
Man,
dude.
the gold
Radiant's
meant
middle
nothing
tower
in this
has
game. Despite the big lead for Team Spirit, they It almost felt like they knew they couldn't win these fights, and that's why they delayed taking it for so long. And how about NIP having just this single mindset of Throne? They're ignoring Roach. They feel their power right now, and they want another kill.
This is potentially a bit scary, but they'll get a catch. The LC getting turned into a non-factor. Malik brought down. No buyback available there. And now the lasso will connect on the Dark Willow. Throne will fall, and GG's will be called. Team Spirit, tap out.
All right. 0% chance, Exort Invoker, 100% win rate. Let's go.
Dude, Dota Plus did not believe. You look at that graph, and it just jumps down in favor of NIP as they're basically killing the Throne. I mean, that was quite a showing. These are the games that make me feel like I don't know what the hell's going on in the current meta of Dota. This was such a weird draft from NIP. There were so many moments where it looked like that Death Prophet just wasn't going to cut it. And then Charlie just swung back the other way, and they had a couple of great fights, brilliant initiations.
Yeah.
Saberlight had a couple of misfires with those Blink Hoof Stomps, but also a couple of amazing initiations with those Blink Hoof Stomps. Ban Shadow Demon. I think if they didn't have Shadow Demon, that game would have looked completely different.